Welcome to Eyecatchers, the only place to see all of the highlights from the 2014 NAB AFL Under-18 Championships. My name is Callum Toomey, and as always I'm joined by the AFL's National Talent Manager Kevin Sheehan and the AFL's Academies Development Manager Michael Ablett. Thanks for being with us again, guys. This week the Division 2 boys took the stage, and Mick, there was plenty to like up at Blacktown on Saturday.
Certainly was, Cal. It's a fantastic start to the Division 2 Championships, and I think we got a really good insight into the work that's being done in the northern markets with the AFL academies, and we're really starting to reap the benefits of that.
Let's get stuck into the games. In the first game on Saturday at Blacktown, we see Queensland got the points over Tasmania. 29-point win, 11 goals, 10, 76 to 75, 47. We see the major goal kickers, Keys with 4, Hamilton with 4 for Queensland, and Dickinson with 2 for Tasmania. Now, Kev, you had a look at this game. You guys are all up there. Ben Keys, a bottom-age player. He's not eligible for the draft until next year, but he really stole the show.
Yes, I think he had what we'd call a day to remember. A fantastic game. He had 29 disposals. He kicked 4 goals. He laid 5 tackles as well. He had a standout performance. And this young 17-year-old lefty, as you described, from Morningside, would really have impressed his coach, Adrian Fletcher, with his game. He pushes through the midfield, but when he gets forward, he gets dangerous. And, well, he had 2 contenders for the goal of the day, or even the goal of the year, with these boomerangs that he kicked on his preferred left side, and through they go. Look, he's got terrific vision and awareness. He brings his teammates into the game with his clean hands, and he's a real durable type. He runs all day, and that's supported by those 29 disposals. So no doubt a best on the ground performance.
Matt Hamilton has been used in defence at times this year, but he was pretty prominent in attack on Saturday in a role that he's really good at.
Yes, I think this is a breakout performance by Matt Hamilton. He's a lovely size. He really will be a unit when he fills out, because he's already 197 centimetres, so a lovely size for a key position. And he'll put some further weight on. He's about 86 kilos at the minute, but he can get separation off the opponents. He's got that burst of speed, and on Saturday he really put it together. 12 marks was the result of that, and of course he kicked 4 goals, but could have been 6 or 7. Just at times he got a bit close to the man on the mark when having those shots. So that combination of pace, mobility, agility, and I think the real confidence you'll get out of the way he played can really push him up to a next level. And as you pointed out, he played in defence for the AFL National Academy earlier in the year, so he shows he's got that to his game as well when he was coached there by Brad Johnson.
Mick, for Tasmania, Caleb Hislop was really impressive through the midfield and gave him a lot of ball through there.
Yeah, it was the first time I've seen Caleb play, and he was impressive. He's a 184 centimetre, 74 kilo kid out of the Burnie Dockers down in Tassie. He's just an absolute ultra-competitive player. 27 disposals, 4 marks, 5 tackles and 5 clearances. Just one of those, a little bit similar to a Jordan Lewis. It seemed the tougher it got, the better he got. He's got a great balance of inside and outside game, very smart distributor, and he's one of those that's just sees the game unfold that little bit before others. Very, very balanced player with an innate ability to keep his feet as well, which was impressive.
Of course, his brother played at Richmond and Essendon. Of course, Tom Hislop was a familiar name there too. Josh McGinnis was also pretty good, a tall defender. Can you tell us about his game?
Yeah, you might remember the kid Tom Cutler, who's now with the Brisbane Lions. Reminded me a hell of a lot of him. He's a very rangy type rebounding defender. He's 189 centimetres, so he's a good size out of Lauderdale. 33 disposals, it was an equal game high. 8 marks, 10 rebounds, rebound 50s, and 14 handball received. So he just played an absolute pivotal role in linking up on the counter-attack for the Tassie boys. Really clean, didn't fumble, and the most impressive thing, he gains his disposals across half-back and then manages to attack through the midfield, so dangerous type.
In the second game, the New South Wales ACT Rams ran away with a big win over Northern Territory, winning by 81 points there. We see the final score was 2014, 134 to 85-53. Lots of multiple goal kickers for New South Wales ACT. You see them all there. For Northern Territory, only the one with Hamilton kicking 2. Now, Mick, last week we spoke about Isaac Heeney. You predicted he'd be one to watch, and he duly delivered on Saturday.
Absolutely. Look, he's absolutely as good a midfielder as there is in the championships. The clubs are ruining the fact that he's a Swans Academy player, and the Swans are salivating over him. So he just never fumbles the footy. He's as clean as a whistle. He's elite in his decision making. He's hard, he's tough, he can play the game inside or out. He had 32 touches, 6 marks, 4 tackles and 4 clearances. And he absolutely exemplifies what leadership is all about, which I know is a very, very strong part of the Sydney Swans Footy Club. And look, he's absolutely surgical with his precision in the way he delivers the footy by hand and foot. So look out, there'll be plenty more to come there.
Plenty excited Swans fans, I think. We might see him in round 1 or 2 or early next year, I think, for the Swans. Jack Steele has returned from a knee injury to put himself into draft contention this year. Yeah,
certainly. Jack's a 19-year-old that has had his fair share of injuries over time. He's a 186 centimetre, 82 kilo kid from the Belconnen Footy Club. So he was super. 32 possessions, 10 marks, 7 clearances and 3 goals. You see him in the vision here. He's a powerfully built type of kid. He's explosive, but just got that real effortlessness about the way he moves. Reminds you a little bit, I reckon, of a Mitch Duncan. He plays that lead-up half-forward role, also gets into the midfield. Look, he's got that rare ability to make something happen out of nothing. He, whether it's through the midfield, whether it's deep, he's just looking to create an opportunity for whether it's him or his teammates. Very, very interesting player, and no doubt one we'll hear more about.
Kevin Ferrante, little Abraham Anchors, was very good for the Territory last year, and he's back picking up plenty of disposals again.
Yeah, and when you say little, he is little. He's 173 centimetres and just about 66 kgs, so tiny, but gee, he's got a big heart. And did he work hard for his coach, Brenton Toy? He was in everything. He's had 36 disposals, 17 of those were contested, as well as he laid 4 tackles, 5 clearances, so his numbers were very, very high. And whether he's in the midfield or up forward, he gave his all for his side, and that's all the coach would ever ask. He's continued on from the good form that he's been showing for the Territory Thunder this year. In the North East AFL at senior level, he averages 17 disposals in that competition at the open age level. So wins his own ball, tough and determined, and I think he set the bar pretty high for the rest of his side.
And Michael Tillmouth Turner, a bit of a mouthful of a surname there, but we got there in the end. He did some exciting things up forward. Yes,
the number 4 Tillmouth Turner was, I suppose, a shining light in the first half. He really presented well, you know, in the full forward type position. Nice size, about the 191 centimetre mark, and 92 kgs, so he really had a presence up forward, took a few marks on the lead. He could have kicked more than his 1 goal too. He had a few more shots at goal, and he's got that nice sidestep to get through some traffic, and I think that Brenton Toy has a mammoth task in bringing all the players together, and it was great to see that big Dawam, the big Sudanese boy that plays for the Western Jets, gave them really a great support by coming into the first ruck for them. The boy at 201 centimetres, and at least gave them a chance to get first use out of the centre and give guys like Tillmouth Turner an opportunity.
Thanks, guys. Now, looking ahead, there's a lot happening over the next week or so in the under-18 format. On Friday, we see a couple of games down at Simmons Stadium, Vic Metro and WA. Big country in South Australia, the one title might be decided there. On Saturday at Visy Park, Northern Territory and Queensland take on each other before New South Wales, ACT and Tassie lock horns. Next Wednesday at Etihad Stadium, the big games, Queensland v New South Wales, ACT. That might be a grand final for Division 2, Vic Country versus WA. And on Thursday, the championships wrap up at Simmons Stadium. Northern Territory v Tasmania, and Vic Metro play the final game against South Australia. Kev, how do you see it all panning out?
Well, there's a lot going to happen over those 3 days. In Division 1, well, three of the sides can win the title. A lot to play out. The 2 Vics and SA are all contenders there. And in Division 2, it does look like New South Wales and Queensland. But over and above that, we're going to have an all-Australian side selected. So look forward to some great football on those next 3 days.
We will be back next week after the championships have finished for a special edition of Eyecatchers, as Kevin just said, where we will exclusively reveal the under-18 All-Australian team. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks, Kevin, Sheen. Thanks, Michael Ablett. We'll see you all next week. Keep clicking back to afl.com.au for all your draft news. We'll see you soon.